What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, my name is Evan and I make videos about hot stocks, dividends, and options. So if that interests you, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. So NIO is down again today, and this is the third day in a row that they're actually down. And they're down over 6% today. And looking at the one-day chart, they actually did go from around $17 and they dipped into the $15 range at $15.71. And then within 10 minutes, they were back up to $17. But I think it's pretty interesting that they actually dropped into the $15 range again, although they didn't stay there for long. So it's weird to see that NIO actually dropped over 6% today, because they actually reported their August deliveries and they actually delivered more vehicles than expected. And they had a 104% year-over-year growth as compared to last August. So last year in August of 2019, NIO delivered 1,943 vehicles. And then fast forward 1 year to this August, and they delivered 3,965. And like I said, this represents a 104% increase from last year. And then their deliveries from July to August of this year, so just in 1 month, they increased by 12.2%. And they went from 3,533 vehicles up to almost 4,000. And the CEO, William Lee, said that August was their best performing month ever for both deliveries and order growth. And it's kind of weird because in June, that was their previous record. They had sold 3,740 vehicles. And then July was slightly lower by about 200 vehicles. And then in August, they were up again and set a new record for vehicles sold. So even though NIO had a slight down month in July, they still have this momentum going where they're increasing their deliveries every month, even with one slight down month. But for investors, this is a good sign, because as long as they keep increasing deliveries, the share price of NIO should continue going up as well. And another important factor for NIO's share price in the near future would be the EC6 that they're going to be delivering. So in August, NIO delivered 2,840 ES6s, and they also delivered 1,125 ES8s. But now in the next few months, they're planning to bring out this EC6, which is their new crossover SUV, and it's the newest vehicle on their lineup. So it should kind of have a lot of hype once it's released and once it starts getting delivered. Something else that could possibly boost NIO's share price up would also be their September deliveries. So NIO originally was figuring that in the third quarter they would deliver between 11,000 and 11,500 vehicles. And currently, when you combine July and August, they're just under 7,500, which would mean in September they have to set a new record high of deliveries. But according to NIO, they expect to sell over 5,000 units in September, which would be quite high and would definitely be a new monthly high for deliveries. So besides just their August deliveries and being a new monthly high, NIO also completed their secondary stock offering, which I've mentioned in a previous video, but they were essentially able to raise $1.7 billion, which will allow them to fund future growth. And they can also then buy back some of the equity in the bailout that happened earlier this year in May. But it's kind of weird because you have both of these good pieces of news. They set new record high deliveries in August, and then they finally went through and this secondary stock offering was completed, but yet their share price is still slightly down. So the only reason I could really think that they're down so much still, even with this good news that's come out, is because of Tesla. So as you guys have probably watched the market yesterday and today, the market's been down quite a bit. And I think it's mostly due to the tech sector, and because NIO sort of follows a similar trend to Tesla. As Tesla drops, NIO is also going to drop, even if NIO gets a lot of good news. But I think if you're bullish on NIO long term, you shouldn't really worry about this slight dip right now, because the whole overall market is pretty much down the last few days. And so this is just kind of a bump in the road, especially if you're long term on NIO. Because theoretically, if NIO keeps having good news and good delivery numbers each month, their share price should increase. Now, the market doesn't always work like that. Sometimes when there's good news, the market goes down. Just like right now, the market's going down, even though jobless claims are being reduced. But right now, I think the market is just coming back down because it got so inflated and it went so high so quick that it's just pulling back now to a more normal level. A lot of people think that the stock market's crashing, and I guess it could, but I don't think it's going to be anything like what happened back in March. I think it's just pulling back to a more average level because all these tech stocks were really driving up the price. Even after like Apple and Tesla split, their stock prices continued going higher and they hit all-time highs. So overall, if you're long-term on NIO, I don't think this is anything to worry about. Maybe if you're swing trading NIO or buying options, this could be kind of concerning, but as long as you're long-term, or as long as you're looking out more than a few months, I think you should be in a good position on NIO. And right now could even be a pretty good time to pick up some more shares if you have a high average cost. Because down 6% and they hit the $15 range at one point today, that would have been a really good time to buy more shares. But that's just kind of my opinion. I think if you're long-term, now could be a pretty good time to pick up some more shares. But aside from NIO, what do you guys think about the stock market being down for 2 days in a row now? Do you think the stock market is going to crash, or do you think it's just kind of pulling back to more of an average level because of all this hype lately? Let me know down in the comments what your current thoughts are on the market conditions and what you think will happen in the near future. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button because it really does help out the channel. And with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye.